Alright everyone, our former striker Fernando Morientes has claimed that Dean Huijsen isn't ready for a move to Anfield, but he says he would welcome Real Madrid winger Rodrigo at Anfield. As we know, we're one of many clubs to be linked with Dean Huijsen. He's been absolutely fantastic for Bournemouth, and to be fair, he's an amazing defender. I was praising him long before the January transfer window even hit. I remember seeing him early in the season, was very impressed. He's made his international debut for Spain. He played against Holland, the country where he was born, as well. But he says he needs to make further steps before we consider a move for him. He says, I don't know if Dean Huijsen is ready for Liverpool. I think he's still young, has a lot of room for improvement. What I can tell you is that I've been incredibly surprised by his ability as a central defender. It's not easy being a centre-back for a big team, but from the little I've seen of him, he seems like a player who has proven himself and starting to be ready to lead a defence for a big club. If I were the club's directors, I'd always put someone with experience alongside him, even as a role model for him to learn from. Virgil van Dijk springs to mind there. But this type of player who learns so quickly becomes the leader of the defence. Even at Real Madrid, there's talk of the possibility of signing him. When they start playing for such big teams, the possibility of you being a part of that team is because you're obviously more than ready. That's interesting. He doesn't say he's not ready for Real Madrid, but he's not ready for Anfield. I'd say if he's ready for Real Madrid, he's ready for Anfield. It's another thing when you arrive and prove it later. That's the difficult thing with a player. When they make the decision to put you there, it's because they really see something in a player. Then you have to maintain it over time. That's the tricky part of our sport, of our profession, maintaining your qualities and performance over time. And he said we should be in the conversation if Rodrigo ever wants to leave in the summer. Right, it says here the player revealed a $3 million deal to join from Santos in 2017, but he preferred to stay with the Brazilian club. And then €3 million deal, and then a year later he goes to Real Madrid for €45 million. And they've got here, if he leaves Madrid, he said about this if Rodrigo leaves Madrid, I'd love him to go to Liverpool. However, he plays in Mohamed Salah's position, which would mean Salah wouldn't be in the team anymore, which I'm not too keen on either. And he says that he's got Premier League qualities. He can open games with space. He's games with limited resources where he has to navigate in short spaces. He's got quality and individual talent. Morientes would like to see him in the Premier League, and he'd like to see him at Liverpool to see how he performs in the league. To be honest, if the opportunity came to sign Rodrigo, I wouldn't turn it down. Rodrigo is a simply fantastic talent, but I don't see that happening, and I don't know if I agree with him on Dean Huijsen not being ready. I think Dean Huijsen is very much ready. That's just my personal opinion. I'm just a fan. He's an ex-player. What do I know, eh? But I disagree with him. But hey, it's just a difference of opinions, alright? Thank you very much. Take care.